Welcome to the Gardens of St. Mary's, an interactive physical and digital design experience. This project enhances the physical experiences of the many gardens at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Muncie, Indiana. The church grounds are filled with beautiful gardens, as you can see here, with significant history. And unfortunately, very few people, aside from the parishioners, are aware of their existence. The project name, The Gardens of St. Mary's, alludes to the 1945 movie, The Bells of St. Mary's. My initial project idea was to design a solution that would aid in the maintenance of the gardens for the groundskeepers and the adoptive gardeners. But the idea evolved to serve the visitors of the gardens instead. The color palette for the design was inspired by church gardens in general and includes browns, greens, blues, and purple colors, all that relate to the characteristics of gardens and the emotions of those who visit them. I also chose dominant and accent colors, which slightly evolved as I actually put them into the design. I have always selected colors with my gut, so I found comfort in knowing that there is a proper procedure to follow for selecting a color palette. I greatly enjoyed the learning about typography and the process of selecting typography for this design. My classmate Bridget Ann introduced me to typeface designer Jonathan Heffler. I watched an episode of a Netflix series where he was featured, and I was just enthralled by all that goes into creating typefaces. The title font for this project is Fundamento, and besides being fun to say, it has a bold and Gothic feel and matches well with the subject of Catholic churches. The subheading and body font is Source Sans, which is subdued and very easy to read. During the development of the paper prototype, the ideas really started to emerge for the design. I mapped out the space on paper and developed digital engagement ideas like garden bingo game and historic details about the gardens and the visitors' ability to earn flower petals for completing activities. Then came the digital prototype. I used Balsamic as a mock-up tool, and I created a detailed low fidelity prototype for the app. During this stage, I spoke to Eric Ernstberger, who was the landscape architect who refurbished the sunken gardens in the 1980s. And I also spoke to Steve Chateau, a scoutmaster who knew about the Eagle Scout projects around the gardens. I incorporated these details into the design of the digital prototype, and I used an interactive process with user feedback and added colors and graphics for the mid-fi prototype. I might have spent way too much time building out the 3D model of the physical experience. I used cardboard, egg cartons, mulch, cotton balls, toothpicks, glue, paper clips, construction paper, Rollos, and miniature things I picked up around my house and at other people's houses too. And there's even some relish that represents the muck at the bottom of the broken fountain in the sunken garden. I may go ahead and eat those Rollos now. For the physical experience video, I created this as a walkthrough for the visitors' experience at all the physical areas within the gardens. During the filming of this video, I experienced a train, an airplane, sirens, the whir of cars and trucks driving by, birds chirping loudly, and even the church bells rang. In conclusion, I learned a lot this semester about design principles and the design process, including involving users and iterating as a result of the feedback. I also tried to provide my peers with good feedback. Now, excuse me while I go eat some Rolos at the Gardens of St. Mary's.